I was at the bottom of my class. I started doing heroin. I went to the top of my class. Suddenly I could sit still and I could read.
Hello and welcome to What the Just Happened Today, your essential guide to the daily shock and awe in national politics. I'm Joe Amditis. Let's get to it. It's Monday, November 25th, 2024. Welcome to day 1406. Special Counsel Jack Smith dropped all federal charges against Donald Trump, citing the Justice Department's long-standing policy against prosecuting a sitting president. In a 6-page motion seeking to dismiss the case without prejudice, Smith wrote, "That prohibition is categorical and does not turn on the gravity of the crimes charged, the strength of the government's proof, or the merits of the prosecution, which the government stands fully behind." He added, "The government's position on the merits of the defendant's prosecution has not changed, but the circumstances have." In both cases, Smith requested that the dismissals be without prejudice, meaning prosecutors could decide to charge Trump again after he leaves office in January of 2029. Trump was first indicted in June of 2023 on 37 felony counts of unlawfully retaining classified documents after leaving office, as well as making false statements and conspiracy to obstruct justice. Trump was separately indicted on 4 felonies in August of 2023 for his attempt to overturn his 2020 election loss, as well as conspiracy to defraud the United States, conspiracy to obstruct an official proceeding, obstruction of and attempting to obstruct an official proceeding, and conspiracy against rights. Smith asked that the classified documents case against Trump's 2 co-defendants, Walt Nauta and Carlos de Oliveira, be allowed to continue. Earlier this year, the judge ruled that Smith's appointment was unconstitutional and dismissed the indictment. Smith's office is appealing that decision. Meanwhile, Donald Trump named Pam Bondi as his new choice for Attorney General after Matt Gaetz withdrew his name from consideration following scrutiny over allegations of sex trafficking an underage girl and drug use that threatened his confirmation. Bondi has strongly criticized investigations and prosecutions involving Trump, including the 2016 Russia interference probe and his 2019 impeachment, labeling them both illegitimate. Following Trump's 4 criminal indictments, Bondi argued on Fox News that the prosecutors will be prosecuted, the bad ones. The investigators will be investigated. Her remarks align with a broader narrative among Trump allies that frame these legal challenges as politically motivated. Matt Gaetz, meanwhile, does not intend to join the 119th Congress after he resigned from the 118th Congress. Gaetz said, "I'm still going to be in the fight, but it's going to be from a new perch." Shortly thereafter, Gaetz joined Cameo, a platform for selling personalized video messages to celebrate birthdays, anniversaries, and retirements. Moving on, despite repeatedly distancing himself from Project 2025, Trump tapped Russell Vought to lead the White House Budget Office and to dismantle the deep state and end weaponized government. Vought, who served as the Office of Management and Budget Director during Trump's first term, wrote a chapter in Project 2025 about transforming the executive office, including detailing the executive orders and other unilateral actions that Trump could take during his first 6 months in office. Vought has also proposed eliminating the independence of some regulatory agencies that operate outside the direct control of the White House, and he's looking to push to reclassify federal workers so Trump would have the authority to fire thousands of government employees who are currently considered civil servants. Meanwhile, Trump has refused to sign the ethics pledges or agreements required by the Presidential Transitions Act, allowing his transition team to accept secret donations and avoid mandated transparency. Trump has also missed key deadlines and failed to enable FBI background checks on nominees, prompting criticism from lawmakers who warned that this undermines the administration's preparedness for national security and ethical governance. Historically, transitions have complied with agreements limiting donations and disclosing donors to prevent conflicts of interest and foreign influence. But Trump's actions bypass these norms, raising accountability concerns. Trump is the first president-elect to bypass these restrictions. And finally, Tulsi Gabbard, Trump's nominee for Director of National Intelligence, was briefly placed on the TSA's Quiet Skies list for additional screening due to flagged travel patterns and foreign connections. The list, which is distinct from the terrorist watch lists, prompted scrutiny because of Gabbard's unorthodox foreign policy history, including a 2017 trip to Syria to meet with Bashar al-Assad. Republicans, meanwhile, defended Gabbard against Democrats' claims that she is compromised due to her previous meeting with al-Assad and her statements about Russia. Democrats expressed concerns about Gabbard's foreign ties and questioned her judgment, citing risks to U.S. intelligence credibility with allies. Republicans dismissed the claims as baseless, attributing them to political bias following Gabbard's party switch. Senate hearings are expected to probe her controversial actions and statements. That's all for now. You can find the links and sources for all of these stories on the main website. And as always, visit whatthefjusthappenedtoday.com for the latest news and headlines. Until next time, I'm Joe Amditis.